Welcome to today's session. So today our function of interest is called PDuration function. So this is one of the key functions in Excel that is used by financial analysts and investment analysts across the globe. So this function is very important as it helps us to answer the question, how long would it take for our investment to reach our target value? So when you look at the function has got three key inputs or arguments. So the first one being the interest rate. So the interest rate in a given period. That period could be monthly, could be quarterly, or could be annually. So we need to know that input, and this should be in percentages. Then we also need to know the present value. So what is the value of our investment today? So if we invest the money today, how much is it worth? And that's the present value. Then thirdly and lastly, we also need to know our investment target. At the end of the period, what value do we want to achieve? What's the future value? Where do we want to be at the end of the investment horizon? And this function is helping us to find the period it will take for us to reach that value. And that value is the future value. So once we know these three key inputs, answering the question, how much time do we need to achieve this value, becomes much more easier using this function called PDuration function. So to just cement on how to use this function, let us look at an example. And our example reads, Fletcher has decided to transfer his 25,000 kwacha savings in ABX Inc., an asset management company where he envisaged to earn 200,000 kwacha to cover for his child's university education aged 6. How long would it take for him to reach his investment goal, assuming that the interest rate is 18.25 per annum? How long would it take under monthly compounding? Okay, so from this, what we know is our interest rate is 18.25, which is our interest after the end of a year, which is annually. Then, how much are we investing today? So Chelsea is investing 25,000 kwacha to expect to earn 200,000 kwacha. So this is the future value and this is the present value. So it's this value that we want to grow to 200,000 kwacha. So we are putting 25,000 kwacha as the present value, then the future value or our investment goal target is 200,000 kwacha. Then at this point, we are set to use the function. So in Excel, just type in PD. So you notice that here, there's only one function, which is PD, which is PDuration. So once we click there, then to ask us to provide three key inputs. So the first one is the interest rate. So this is annual. We click C16, then present value C17 as per our input, then future value C18. We press enter, then we have 12 years and about 4 months, which is 12.4 years. 12 years and about 5 months. So this is how long it will take. So meaning the child is age 6. At the end of our investment horizon, the child would be around 18 years just around 18 years, and that will be ideal period for the child to start the university life, assuming that the child would have started grade 1 at the age of 5. Then what happens if the compounding happened monthly? So we use equal then type PDuration. Then we use this interest rate, but because it's monthly, we divide by 12. Because what we are saying is the first month we invest, after the first month, our money earns interest. Then so that interest should be the monthly interest rate. This is annual interest, so the monthly interest we divide this by 12. Then investment is the same. Then our investment target, which is the future value, is the same. Then we press enter. What we discover is it will take about 137.8 months, which is about 138 months for us to reach, for this money to grow to 200,000 kwacha if the compounding was done monthly. Then we can convert this 137.8 into years by dividing by 12, since there are 12 months in a year. Then we are getting 11.5, which is about 11 years and 6 months, which is about 11 months earlier than if it was compounded annually. So because this one, the compounding is monthly, there's interest on interest for a period of 12 times, compared to this one you have to wait for only after 12 months. That's when you combine the interest. So if you deposit 25,000, it will sit in the bank or in this company's account, they will use it, but this interest only accumulate at the end of the period. In this case, if your compounding monthly is every month, this amount earns interest, so hence the growth is slightly higher. So basically, this is how you use this function.